What's up, everybody? So, sorry I haven't posted anything in a while because my brother is doing stuff with his room right now. So all of his printers and his computer is all unplugged and tucked away and packed away. So he can't give me any 3D prints to work on, which I have no problem with. But it has been brought to my attention. One of my viewers has been commenting on my last video I posted, which was, I think, 4 weeks ago, which was about this, the srb400 splatter ball. I did watch my video over, and I actually didn't go over how to put the spring right for that goes for the magazine release, this piece right here, and same with the spring for the buttstock. I did go through my video and noticed I didn't say how I did that, so I did reach out to the viewer and I tried helping out as much as I could, but I am going to make a little quick video on how you put that back together. Reason is I need to open my gun anyways because I did put in a tracer round into this. And if you guys want to see the tracer round actually work and shoot, and I can show you guys how I wired it up and everything, drop that down in comments and that could be my next video. But I am going to get right into it and take this apart and show you guys how to put that spring back together. So you guys already know how to do it since my last video. I showed exactly where all the screws are, and if you didn't see that, I don't know if I would know how to do it right now, but you can click on the video in this corner and it will bring you back to the my previous video on showing how I took this apart the first time. But you guys already know how to do this. It's the same steps as the last videos. I took all of them off. I got some of the screws that came off with my bit because it was magnetic, but some of the screws stayed in, so I'm just going to do the same as what I did last video. Carefully move this as is off to the side, and now you guys see the internals. Your gun isn't going to look the same around this area because I did modify mine to do a little tracer rounds. I'll go more into depth on that on a different video if you guys really enjoy this, and if you do, just let me know and I will make a whole video showing you how I did it, what I did to it, and we'll go from there. But I didn't go over how to attach these springs, which this is for the mag release, goes right here, and then the buttstock. So when you go to attach it, this metal dowel stays inside here, so it just free spins. And what you're going to do is you're going to put this end right here into this little hole. So line it up, and there it goes. So it's in there, so it only goes that much. What you're going to want to do is you're going to take the spring. Yeah, to move this out of the way so you guys can see it a little bit better. So move the camera a little bit closer. So what you want to do is the metal for the spring, so this metal right here goes inside this hole, and then the spring right here connects on the back side of the spring. There's a little bumper, nipple, or whatever you want to call right here. So the spring, this thing goes right in the middle of this, so right through the hole. And then the other side of the spring is gonna go right inside this little notch where my tool is, right inside this little notch. So not over on this side close to the trigger, but just before it, so it splits it up. So it should be up against this wall. So if I pop this in like so, it's not gonna stay. I got my tweezers. Alright, so it's gonna go right inside this little notch. So basically it's gonna sit just like that. And then this little bump right here is gonna go on this side on the spring. And then it's a little bit different, but it's almost the same as the buttstock. So this metal dowel goes in this thin little hole up at the top, right there. and then it slides through this hole like so. And then it's gonna need space to go back and forth. So you take the spring it came with, you put it inside that little circle that's on the buttstock button, and then you just sit it flush right down inside there. So if I put it in, it's gonna look like this. It is gonna wanna shoot out like that, so you're gonna have to try holding it for a couple seconds and get it at an angle. So it's not straight out like this, but it's more angled like that, so it still wants to stay on. So that one's all set. Like, I don't know if the camera is gonna pick it up, but like you can see it's at an angle. This one, all you gotta do is, I got to flip it around. So you're gonna put the metal thing right inside that hole. Oh, and I dropped it. Like that. And I find it easier with two hands, but I have the camera in this hand. But this spring is gonna sit. So this spring is gonna go inside that little cubby, and it's the same thing as what I did up there, kind of. But I'm gonna put the camera down so I can use both my hands, like so. So spring is gonna go inside here, on here, and this side is gonna go up against this little hole. And I find it easier is if before you put this straight down, because there's only a little bit of play, so if you slide it up just a smidgen, it makes it over this little trigger guard, so you can have it standing upright, a little bit easier to slide it on. So if I go like that, so see how far it goes that way, but if I turn it, it drops back down, and I can't turn it that far. So I'm gonna put it on just so it matches with the, or it gets on that little groove or the nipple or whatever you want to call it, the little bump. And then you're gonna just slowly slide it down. 1 sec, it's back in there. Slide it back down. And it's gonna wanna keep shooting off, so you're gonna have to like slowly put it in and let go. So it's gonna look like that. And then you're just gonna pop that piece back on top, but you make sure you put everything back the way it was and nothing in the way or anything. And then you just do the opposite of how you took it off. You take that, pop it on. Might have to finagle this piece a little bit just so this metal dowel lines up with the other part, and then you screw in everything. You do the exact opposite of unscrewing. So you screw all these pieces. Don't forget about the little one that hides underneath this piece that goes right in the side of the gun. And then everything should be good, and just put it all back together. Once you put everything back on, before you screw all the things in, you can just pop that tray back on. Once everything lines up all the way and it's flush and you don't see the seam all the way around, just give it a little try. Pull the trigger the mag release, and if it moves, if it works, it's good. And then just try pushing the little buttstock button in. If it slides, if it goes back and forth, you fixed it. Alrighty, so everything is still apart, the screws are all there. I just put this whole top cover back together after I had to fix what I needed to touch up. I didn't screw any of the bolts in, but if you hold the top down, you can test it. So that one works, and then that one works. So I know everything works, and because those are the two issues. So now that's all done. So now I can start to put all this stuff back together. There's the screw here, screw here, and then there's a screw that goes here, and then these pieces go back on, and you just screw it all back together like you did before. I want to apologize to all the viewers for forgetting to show that part in my video, but thank you for going in the comments and asking how to fix it, and I hope I answered all of your questions, and I will see you guys in the next video.